weeks at a time, going around the block. May procession, that was it. Anyway, so we go back. I said, all right, I believe you. Boom! I mean, this thing, it wasn't boom, it was ba-boom. This thing broke the windows of the house behind us, the windows of Andy's house, put a 4-foot hole in the ground, shot that thing up in the air, but all the glass came through. I got hit in the back of my leg, a big chunk of glass went all the way to my knee, like a bullet. Barrel. Thank God I was standing next to him. Because his butt was so big. He took 95% of the glass. He had Bermuda shorts on that were literally blown off his butt. He just had straight thousands of glass in his butt. And he's running through the house. He's going, give me the Band-Aids for the big cuts! Give me the Band-Aids for the big cuts! So what we didn't have enough Band-Aids to put on his big butt, so we got, a paper towel. We were wrapping it around. And I took a big paper towel and I stuck it in the hole of my leg. Just stuck it in. I was in shock. Oh my God, I stop that. So I just stuck, so it was a big paper thing sticking out like that, and I'm fixing him, and he just runs home. You can see the blood coming out of his butt as he's going home. I go across the street at home, so I stuck the paper. I'm watching TV. Pain, but watching TV. On a vinyl chair, tile floor. My mother comes in. Blood's all over the floor. Jimmy, please! I'm like, ah! So, everybody's screaming. So this is back when doctors actually did show up at your house. My cousin Nils, the doctor, calls in. He runs over. They throw me down on the kitchen table. He's in there. He puts his thing. He pulls out this big piece of glass. Now I'm still not going to tell him what happened. He's like, he shows my mom. This was in his leg. Mom was like, how'd they get in your leg? I said, Mom, I was over at vocational school, which was a school that had a track, and I was running backwards, and I fell, I tripped, and I think there was a piece of glass there that kind of rolled into my leg. And the doctor's like, look at, I would have had to be running about 4,000 miles an hour for the glass to go in. And so, you sticking with that answer? Now, I was just about ready to say yes, or maybe change my mind. The doorbell rings. Pensacola police. Pensacola police. With the Lanutis. And there I am. They just walk in and basically had to tell them a story. They just pay for the windows. And I guess because of our age, we didn't end up in jail creating a bomb. But that's, ouch. My leg starts to hurt every time I tell a story.
What about,
when I was down on the cruise?
Yeah.
This happened last year. This happened last August. I won a cruise. I was down there. And the company's on the cruise. And, Mark Victor Hansen, he wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. He was actually our featured speaker. And I happened to be hanging out with him. He's a billionaire. He's a very successful guy. Anyway, we're on the tour. We're on this big, beautiful boat, down the Caribbean. And one of the days they said, well, if you want to drop off on the island, there's a lot of stuff you could do. The boat will take you there. And just horseback riding and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, we go. Girl I was with wants to go horseback riding. So I'm like, okay. So we get on the horse. But I don't like, horseback riding. I'm just like, the horses, you don't really see a lot of, New Jersey's not a horse state, just put it that way. Maybe a racetrack state, but we don't ride horses here. And usually when I get on a horse, any other time I've ever been on a horse, when a horse goes up, I seem to be going. It's more like the faster he runs, and I just get off kind of like. So I knew that was going to happen. So anyway, I get on the thing, and yeah, it happened. There we are. We're going to all these things. I'm like, oh, I finally get off this horse. I'm like, thank God. These were big horses. These were good horses. These were not skinny little ponies. These were major horses. So I just couldn't wait to get off. So I got off, and I'm like, resting over there. Then they said, Chip, you got to get back on. They're taking the saddles off the horses. They're going to go out into the ocean. And it's going to be real nice. They're going to go down the beach for about a mile and come back up to about, the horse's body, and you'll be in the water. It'll be real nice. It was beautiful out there. So so back up on the horse. Now there's no saddle. Can't put the saddles in the water. And we start going into the water, into the surf, and the next thing you know, and the horses were there. They were touching, just barely. They were touching. You could see they were going along. And I'm in the line, and it's beautiful. They got beautiful island, the sea, the boat was over there, the big boat, you could see it. Really nice. And Mark Victor Hansen's in front of me. And we're just kind of going along, you know. Beautiful water, it's beautiful blue, greenish water. Going along. Finally, now it comes time for the horses to turn around. So, you know, my horse starts doing this, you know, turning around. They're all turning around. Turning around. Okay. To go back. But my horse doesn't stop. He's going. I go, whoa, 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 what's going on? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And he starts moving towards the sea. I'm like, come on now. I'm trying to be nice, don't get him on the neck, you know. Hey, hey, come on. You know, you can hear Mark and different people go, Chip, what's going on? I said, I don't know. You know, next thing you know, I can feel the horse is not on the ground anymore. We're dealing with one of these things. I'm like, we are going to sea. And I'm like, oh, come on now. Now I'm finally like punching him, you know, anything, getting mad, anything, make him turn around. He's not doing it. I'm thinking to myself, sharks out there. You know, they're probably like, hey, what's the special? Oh, we got a horse with a screaming human. I'll take it. You can just see them out there. So I'm like, ah. So now I'm looking, I'm getting farther away. Screaming at this, I'm about ready to jump off. Finally, he just starts again. He goes around, he's coming back, thank God. Here we go. Coming around like, oh. But now I'm the last one in line because they were already down. So now I'm the last horse in line. There are about 6, 7, 8 horses in front of me, 20, you know, lengths up. I'm way back there and I look back. Oh, Chip's back! I'm like, yeah. And we're going down. I'm going down, right? Here I am. God, man. Now, these horses do this 3 times a day. They go all over the hills, then they go out in the water, then they go back into their thing that they keep them in. And these horses are not going to take a crap where they stand. They know this is the end of the tour. Figure this out. Next thing you know, I see 20 horses' tails go up. I mean, bowling ball size horse crap coming out of their butts. I'm like, no! I'm a list, and it just stuff's just floating down. People say, oh my God, they're unloading. I've got the whole thing coming at me. So I'm like, my feet are in the water. So I got my feet now around his neck, and my hand is on his butt. I'm just like, no. And then I'm like, so I put my feet up in the air. I'm literally like this. My feet are sticking straight up in the air, going down the beach with this horse. I paid $80 for this. I paid $80 to have 20 horses crap on me in the water. I almost died. So don't do that. You know, just tell them, hey, I'll watch, get a video. I wouldn't suggest doing it. It wasn't fun. Anyway. Oh, kid.
Do you want to take a break? Do you want to take a break?
Oh, no, here's one. You know, it's funny I can tell the story today because I just had to go into Pep Boys today to get a battery for your car. I had a Saab convertible a few years back that I leased. And I think I leased it for, it was like a 2-year lease, man. Anyway, it was 1 month before I had to give the car back. It was a leased car. The battery dies. I'm like, oh man, I mean, these batteries are like 130, 140 bucks, you know. I'm thinking, gee, for 1 month I gotta spend that. I'm gonna go and pick out my own battery. I'll put it in myself and find the cheapest battery I can. So I go to Pep Boys, and I come in and I see, first off, I take the battery out of the Saab, the heavy thing, and I come in, you know, I see all these batteries. Oh no, I didn't take the battery out right away. I went and bought the battery. That's what I did. So I see all these batteries up there, you know, on the wall, and I see this one big battery, nice big sucker, about that big. $19.99. I'm thinking, might be worth 3 months of the battery, who knows, you know. But anyway, I don't care. Perfect. I buy the battery, heavy, put it down, I buy it, carry it out of the store, go back. It took me forever to get that battery into that Saab because it was like twice the size. I couldn't fit it into where the battery thing was. Had to get the other, it was like 40 minutes of hell, believe me. Finally get it in, I'm like, ugh. Get in the car. You gotta be kidding me. Now I'm pissed. Popped the thing off, had to go back to my other car, go back to Pep Boys. I remember carrying this thing, heavy thing. I'm walking up, Up to the door, the thing comes up, and Pete, the customer's in there. They looked at me, they could just see this guy. I mean, I was like this. Ha! Right? And everybody like, whoa. And I'm going, because all the way in the back, all the way in the back, there's one Pep Boy store. So oh man, I'll tell you, I'm not happy. I'm yelling, right? Throw the thing up on the thing, right? The guy said, the guy that works at Pep Boys is behind the counter looking at me. I can see the people all want to hear what he's got to say. And I go, I came in here, you remember me? Well, now I know there's a lot of batteries. Well, anyway, this battery was $19.99. Okay, it was cheap, okay? Well, I buy the battery, take it back, takes me 40 minutes to put it in, hardly fit. I'm doing all this stuff. You can see my hands are all greased up. I put it in, it doesn't even start. I look back at everybody, let's start. Not even one start. Well, so he says, what kind of car? I said, it's give him the year. Sub. He goes like this. He goes back, comes back with this battery about 1/3 the size. First off, Mr. Robinson, when you buy a battery here, we put them in for free. And secondly, the battery you bought is for a golf cart. So now he doesn't want to laugh because he's afraid if he laughs I might get mad. So he's like this. And you can see the people are like, now they're all behind, hiding under the windshield wiper section. They're all back there like this. And I realized, oh, they're all done. So I said, okay, excuse me, I'll be right back. And I stomp out of the store just as the doors hit behind me. You hear, ah! The whole place goes nuts. So I'm out there like, oh, jeez. You gotta be kidding me. So I'm out there, finally I come back in. And I'm back there, and there's my little thing, and here the guy is. His face is soaking wet. He's just like, pull out my thing. I'm walking out with this thing it was so light, I was just kind of carrying it out like a cup of coffee. Pep Boys. That was brutal. Oh, the other things, there's other stories here, just mostly about my business. There is one story in there that was funny. I'm in sales, sell software, and I did real well. Let me tell you something. I had my radio talk show. I was on Action News, but this radio talk show was Chip Robinson and the Reality Zone, WWDB Talk Radio, really cool. I was in that thing, and people were calling in. Man, I was inundated with calls, and I've become kind of a celebrity. I was like live on Monday and Friday, but they played it all through the week. And in the summertime, people going down the shore, on a Friday, long drive. Everybody was listening to me. A lot of people heard what I was talking about and calling in. So anyway, I had a lot of these. Well, you get busy. Sometimes you forget your appointments. Well, I remember this one particular day. I'm in my office and finally I'm like, geez, I got 40 minutes. I got to be in King of Prussia, which is like, whoa. That's a long way. I have to go over that same bridge, my tie, the whole bit, right? So I real quick shave and go. Okay, shave up, go. I get there. It's a Martucci's restaurant. It's a big Martucci's restaurant. I'm supposed to meet them in there. So I get out, got my laptop with me, and I call them. I say, okay, I'm here. I'm in the parking lot. Got a blue blazer on, tie, got a bag. Anybody see me? And then I see a van. His hand come out of the van like this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be selling this in a van. All right. Get in the van. And they're like, wow, we listen to you all the time. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm doing the transaction in the van. It was weird, but there it was. Showing the numbers, everything else. It was software that helps you bring your mortgage down. But anyway, that's what it was. Take a while, get the check, get out of the car. They were just like, I'm like, hey, see you later. And I'm, walking back to my car. I'm feeling really, good. Celebrity. They were probably pumped. Being in their car. I get in my car, driving home now. Get my mirror, I look at me, I got blood all over my neck and down my shirt. I'm like, oh my God. When I real quick, shaved, I cut myself. I never looked back in the mirror. I'm in that van, bleeding. I'm bloody, I'm bleeding, right? So I'm like, oh God. So I take out my cell phone. Dan, it's Chip. Look, it just says I'm clean. They go, yeah, we saw that. I'm like, well, why didn't you say anything? He said, well, you didn't say anything, so we don't know what to say. But my wife did say when you left, that must be hard to sell, Dan. He looks beat up. Mr. Radio Man. Blood. That was brutal.
Hey Dad, do you want to take a break?
Maybe I should take a break before another story happens. Yeah.